In this video, I want to share with you guys the top 2 things that no one really talks or teaches you about success. Now, you see, about 12 years ago is when I started my entrepreneurial journey, really even before that, because I always thought that I was destined to do more, that I was destined to achieve more, and I always wanted to do more in life. More. I just didn't know what it was, and I think a lot of it was also inspired by my father. However, what no one really told me about success is the following. Number one, you need to have something that's pulling you in the future and not pushing you. And here's what I mean. When you're always pushing, when you need to be motivated every morning, when you need to wake up every day so that you could, do the things that you're trying to do, so that you can go to the gym, so that you can work harder, so that way you can start your business, so that way you can stay the longer hours, you will burn out.
Exhausted.
Because if you're always pushing, you will just burn out. But if you have something in the future, a compelling future, something that's pulling you towards it, you'll always be inspired to do more. And this is why it is important for you to start with your why. Now, you might be asking, what the hell does that even mean? You see, in 2018, after having, succeeded with Amazon and made my first 7 figures in a single year, I realized that I was starting to rest on my laurels. I started, not really be as excited anymore. The reason why I started selling on Amazon is that I wanted to clear my debt. I wanted to gain the respect back of my father. I wanted to retire my parents. And 3 years later, I had done all those things. But there wasn't anything else in the future that was driving me towards it, because over the past few years, I was just pushing to get to that goal. And there really wasn't anything that was bigger than myself that was inspiring me. And this is why Tony Robbins always talks about how literally one of the biggest problems with depression happen with athletes or stars that are surrounded by, or that are all about the one person. And what I mean by that is like a singer, it's like a tennis player, it's like a golf player, because the whole concept is surrounded around one person, right? Everyone is driving for that one person so they can achieve the highest goal, so they can get that gold medal, so they can get that title. But once they get there, they realize that it's lonely, that there is really nothing about it that's that exciting. Really, the journey is what drove them. But arriving isn't really that fulfilling, simply because it's all about me. It's all about, I want to accomplish this. I want to achieve this. I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to do this. I want to have more money in the bank. I want to have a bigger trophy. I want to have a better house. I want to have a nicer car. And to me, that exactly happened, because by 2018, I was sitting down with one of my friends and he asked me this question. He said, "Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?" And I stared at him in the face and could not answer him. And he was very baffled, because to him, he thought I would say an Amazon seller with a bigger Amazon business. However, I just didn't see myself doing that. And this is why it is important for you to make it about something bigger than yourself, finding your why. What is the thing that's going to drive you every single morning? And this is why BJK University for me started in 2019, because it was now about helping other people accomplish financial success. For you to find your passion, oftentimes, it can't come from a place of scarcity. And that's the place you're going to come from if you are struggling financially, if debt collectors are calling you every day, if you're just, working hand to mouth. You can't think of the thing that's going to make you happy. You just want to pay your bills. You just want to work harder. You just want to, fix your financial position. But once I was able to fix my financial position, once I had money in the bank, now I needed something in the future that's pulling me. And for me, it was about helping other people achieve financial success so that they can find their passions. Now, the second one, it's going to blow your mind, because it blew mine. Now, before I go into that, if this is your first time to the channel, do me a favor and subscribe. And also be sure to hit that bell so that way you can get notified every time we drop a brand new video. So number 2, and this is really important because it determines your happiness. And here's what I mean. We go into business, we go into school, we go into the gym, we go into anything. If you dig down to the core of that entire purpose is to find joy. Why do you go to the gym and lift weight? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to gain weight and bulk up? Why do you want more money in the bank? Why do you want more relationships? Because you want to feel happy, you want to feel joy, you want to feel good about yourself, right? And oftentimes what we do is we think that finding joy is out there. It's that I will be happy when I buy a BMW. I will be happy when I buy a Rolls Royce. I will be happy when I fly first class. I will be happy when I go on vacation 5 times a year. I will be happy when I have $1 million in the bank. I'll be happy if I do these things. And to us, we think that happiness, it's external. It's things out there. But truly, happiness is inside. It comes from within. And maybe you've heard this message on other videos, but then, because I heard it, but I didn't understand what that meant. Because like, well, okay, got it. It's inside it. How do I get happy right now? I'm not happy. What do I do? How do I be happy, right? It's not like it's just a switch, but it really is. Because have you ever caught yourself in a miserable moment, in a moment of pain and suffering or sadness, or maybe you lost a loved one, or maybe you lost a business, or you got fired or whatever, and someone said something funny, you watched the cat video on YouTube, someone said something inspiring, and immediately your state changed from hot to cold, from sadness to just like, ha, 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 just like laughing out of, with a full mouth, right? Why is that? Because life doesn't happen to us. It's not, life isn't it doesn't always happen to us. The life that happens to us is the one that we focus on. So we don't experience life, we experience the life that we focus on. And that's the thing that really hit me when I first heard it, is that we experience the life we focus on. And so if you take a step back, regardless where you are, regardless the miserable time you're experiencing right now, regardless if you lost a loved one, regardless if you don't have money to pay your bills, regardless if your kids are away from you and you're missing them, regardless if you just got a divorce, whatever is going on, if you just take a step back and look at your surroundings, and regardless where you're watching this video, find 5 things that you can appreciate right now. This could be, maybe if you're walking down the street, this could be a fountain, a bird, a car that looks kind of strange, a human that's walking by, the traffic light, your TV, the person on the TV, my mustache, it could be my glasses, it could be the sign behind me, it could be this mic, it could be literally anything. And if you just take a moment and appreciate those things and find 2 things you can appreciate about each of those 5 things, that's 10 things you can appreciate right now. You will notice that your state, that your emotions will change like this. You'll go from suffering to joy. And so those are the 2 things that when I learned about success, my entire perspective was shifted, because I thought it was about the money. And when I had the money, I didn't feel happier than when I didn't have it. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need money. And this is a distinction that you have to make. I'm not saying that you don't need money. Every day I work for 2 purposes. Number 1, because I want to serve, and number 2, because I want to make money. And the reason being is because I know that the more money I make, the more I can serve. And the more I can serve, the more money I can make. So they work together. Money will not buy you happiness. And I know this is a very cliche and very corny, and you hear it everywhere, but it's very true. And when you understand that and realize that, and detach yourself from external things to happy for you to find joy, and find joy in the here and in the now. And maybe it'll take you 5 more times to watch this video. Maybe I'll need to give you 17 other messages for this to hit you, because that's how long it took me to get it finally. I literally just got it like a month ago, right? And this is why I'm sharing it with you right now. Outside of that, I love you guys. I hope that you found this video valuable. If you did, please share it with someone else. And before you go, I want to share with you this video. If you click here, this is a recent podcast that I just did that grows through my entire story from literally immigrant to multi-millionaire, and how I was able to do it, and how you are also able to do it. I hope you find inspiration. Click that link to watch that video. See you there.